Hello, 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 hello. I'm Moon Browder, and I paint with my son Owen, who has autism. And we've been painting for several years now, and we do a hand over hand method, working on his fine motor skills, and then I paint the rest. And I paint a lot of flowers. Lots of flowers. Lots and lots and lots of flowers. Some nights I do bunches of flowers. Sometimes I do random flowers. Sometimes I add an animal, change it up a little. But it just depends. If you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know that I laugh. I like to watch paint dry. That's always kind of my joke, is, well, I like to watch paint dry. It's fascinating to me to watch paint. I like to watch how it interacts with each other too. And you'll notice that when I paint flowers, especially, most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, I guess that's what most of the time means, I use one brush, and so I like the way that it adds kind of like the texture and the colors and everything in there. So that's what I do a lot of times, is not really a lot of changing, and I'll wipe my brush off, but I don't use a lot of water or different things like that. I just like the colors, the mix, the way it happens. And I really am not sure what this is even. I had in my mind what I was going to do today. And I can tell you, this is not it. But I wanted to do something very random. And so we'll see how this kind of takes place. And it's funny when I put the colors on the plate, which is on this parchment paper, this just doesn't flow to me at all tonight. I don't know. And it's not like I don't have other choices, and then I could have made other choices. But I just kept sticking with what was on my plate, because you never know what's going to happen. So here we are. And I'm just not sure what's going to happen. But for now, we're just going to go for it. Sometimes I almost call my painting kind of abstract, because there's no true flowers. I mean, they look like flowers, but they're not a real flower. I just laugh. I love painting, actually. And I never really painted before I started painting with Owen. And so it's just kind of interesting to me to watch how everything kind of folds together. And if you've watched any of my other ones, you know that pretty much what I think is going to happen doesn't generally happen. And at some point, that will probably all be covered or partially covered or something. The cool thing about painting to me, though, is if you put something on the canvas and you don't like it, you paint over it, or you keep going and you figure it out and you work through it and just kind of add it to the mix and keep going. Just keep going. So that's where I'm at right now, is I'm just going. going and going and mixing it all in. And I'm thinking that's where it's all gonna go. I have been up since, I should probably rephrase this, but I have been up since 4. Owen woke up early, so I probably should say Owen has been up since 4, and I kind of joined him. I couldn't decide if he, if sometimes, like, when he wakes up very early, I'm trying to decide if it's me that's woke up, and, like, if I'm hearing him, or if I'm dreaming, if I'm something. It was him this morning, so he was wide awake, and so we got our day started early, and that's, what happens sometimes. But he was calm, so that helped, and I just let him do what he wanted to do, which was laugh and play and eat. We ate a lot today, it seems. I tried to get him to go someplace, but that was not in the cards, so we played. And it's hard, like, we go so much, so even though it feels like we're just sitting for a couple of days, which technically we are, it's hard because he's out of school right now, and doing something every single day, that's a lot for him. So sitting isn't too bad. It's, gives him kind of a peaceful moment. Okay, I keep looking at this blob, and this is how I see things. I don't know, hopefully you can see. See the green little blob right here? The way the other colors have mushed and mingled in it, that looks like an eye and a nose, and kind of, or a mouth, and the nose kind of goes this way, and the wild hair up here. This is how I look at paint blobs. So, like, this is a face down here, and then the legs, and kind of the wild dancing or something. I don't know. But hopefully you can see that's a face to me. I don't know if the light probably was shining on it. But then I hate to dip my paint back in there, because, like, I want to leave the I want to leave the little happy face for the moment. But I'll get over it. Or I'll leave it as intact as I can, and it'll become a paint blob. I spread out the extra paint, and then this is one of the little paint blobs. Comes from the dried paint. That is the dried paint, and so then I take that and make them into the little jewelries and magnets and things like that. So that's where I'm at right now. So, see, I put my paintbrush, I wasn't gonna do it, but I put my paintbrush in that little face that I showed you. Still kind of, but it's more like a tornado or something now. I grew up in Florida, and so this wasn't what I was gonna do. I was gonna do something else. I grew up in Florida, so we had tornadoes and different things, but hurricanes were the thing that we had more of, I should say, or I remember more of. But thankfully, the ones that I went through, I don't even want to say they weren't as severe as some of the other ones, because they all packed their punch. But now I contend with winter, and which I like, but it's completely different than South Florida, growing up in South Florida. So sometimes when I'm painting, like, I could easily turn the canvas, but I almost feel like I'm painting like backwards or something. So I have to go through and kind of adjust it. I'm really not sure how I'm putting everything together and why there's stuff. That's what I was telling you. I'm not sure where we're headed tonight with this, but we're just gonna keep adding. Keep adding. Keep adding. I meant to grab yellow and I grabbed the orange, which is fine as well, but well, then maybe I can do sometimes almost, it's like lack of color makes it stand out more or something. And when the paint dries, it dries differently as well, so that's kind of interesting to me and how things all work out. Okay, I'm not sure where all this is going. It's kind of I don't have a lot of words for the pattern or the mix tonight. Like I said, when I put the colors on my plate over here, I just felt like I was doing something different, or I don't. So, and now I've made a mess with this over here, so I've got to figure out what to do here. Something's going. Something's afoot. I'm not quite sure what's going on yet. I don't like the yellow and the orange, and I don't know. It's all too drastic. Something's happened. I've lost control. If you don't laugh, then you cry, and I do that too much some days. I lost my brother not even 2 years ago, and it's not even something that I can. Grief is a beast. If you haven't lost someone, I do not recommend. 0 stars. It's hard. It's hard to even imagine them not being here anymore. And I still can't quite fathom that he's gone. So we just learn, we love, we pray, and keep moving forward. I'm at a loss here. I feel like I need something big to happen, and it's just like I'm not quite sure. So if you are interested in our everyday journey with autism, several things you can look on our website, which is Sweet Baby O. It shows our art where you can purchase it. You can look at my podcast, which is like this anymore. You can look at my book, which is 365 Days of Autism. So it just tells more about our journey, and it's from 2017. I've been writing every day for, since about 2010. So every day for over 10 years. And it follows our days. And I have the one that I made into the book already is 2017, but I have all the years ahead to do something with. So those will eventually get published. I'm still struggling with this randomness. And I don't even dislike randomness, because I do random a lot, but I just feel like it needs to come together, and I don't have it together. But you can look at our book on there, or Amazon. It's on Amazon. 365 Days of Autism. And you can find me on Facebook, and it's Sweet Baby O and Sweet Baby O Designs for more of our paintings. Maybe I need some leaves. That word always gets me. I don't know why. Leaves and milk. I don't know why. I don't know why those words get me, but they do. That kind of helped my brain just a little with that leaf. Little more organic, maybe. That's what I'm missing. Something just random, I guess, or not so random. A little more structured. I don't know. Just sometimes I get where I'm missing. I wasn't trained in this. I just kind of paint with Owen, and so I'm on the learning curve of art, and what makes something. I see it in my eye, like I know I like something or I don't like something, but I don't always know technical terms, or how I should have done something, or what I should add, or what I should subtract. And art is subjective, but there's also art. There's also something to it. And so, finding your niche, finding what you like to do, and give it your all. Just do what you like. Do what you think is what you want to see. And that's what matters. I mean, it's nice to put it all together. It's nice to have it look beautiful. But to me, painting is more about the emotions and how you handle something, or how you just use it for the beauty of everything. So if you haven't painted, I encourage you to paint. If you haven't painted in maybe a long time, grab your paintbrush and paint. Do it. fun. Have fun in confusion like I do when I don't know what I'm doing. And see, sometimes, like I get where I've added too much and I don't need anything else. And then I have to come in here and just insist that I make more, I don't know, randomness. That really shouldn't have. Sometimes I just need to stop. You see, that's what happens is I just need to stop. But that's hard to put down. Put down the paintbrush. Okay, see then now I've got this randomness. Something needs to happen over here. Oh, see, we're getting into a tangled web of mess. Oh, we just gotta laugh. I promise. You just gotta laugh. Sometimes, just need to figure it out. It'll all work out. Just let it go. I'm gonna get myself all, I don't know. I think we've gone too far. We've just gone too far with all the little extras. So now I want something this way. See, this is what happens. This is what happens. I'm telling you. Goes a little crazy. And then I gotta do it this way so it doesn't look as, I don't know, starchy. Then I gotta have something random. I need more of the red. I think I'm about done. Because it just keeps going. I promise. And that's the thing is like, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can keep adding and have fun and keep going. And that's what I do a lot of. I just keep adding. But it's fuller now. That's really what I wanted, was a little more full. I'm still not completely like thinking this is the right thing over here, so I'm just gonna add a little more texture to it as it's dried. And I'm gonna add a couple more little green thingies. Just random. And then I always sign it O for Owen, and then L and B. And I always put Owen on there because he is the foundation of why I paint. Now see, this is the paint blobs. I kind of push this around so that it will make the paint blobs, and then dry, and then cut them out and add them. So it'll all be mushed together. That's the technical term. And then it'll dry and it will have all these little swirly doodles. Again, the technical term. And then that's what it happens. It turns into those little blobs. So All right. Well, there we go. Randomness. Thanks for watching. Toodles.